Hey everyone, I'm Andy. Today we're gonna make some ice cream. I've chosen to make some Mint Oreo ice cream for Thanksgiving this week. Today we're gonna use the method of the bowl that you stick in the freezer, just your normal ice cream bowl you guys see in the store. So we're gonna make it with that today. On another day, another video, we'll try out doing the ice and the salt method, where you put that in a big bucket and make your ice cream through there. So a few ingredients I've prepared already. I've got 1 teaspoon of mint extract. I've chosen to put a little bit of blue and green food coloring in here to help out with the color in the end. It adds a little more character to your ice cream. If you don't do this, that's fine. As far as the dye goes, you don't need to do that. Just 1 teaspoon mint extract. I've got 3/4 cups of sugar. I like to use the baker sugar. It's more fine and helps blend into the ice cream a little bit better. So you can use your normal everyday white granulated sugar. This is just the baker sugar. I've also taken a sprinkle of salt, kind of offsets any bitterness that you might get in your ice cream. And then I use just about a 1/4 teaspoon of guar gum. It's not essential that you do that, but it does add a stabilizer to your ice cream. It gives it a little more scoopability, adds a little bit of texture to it. So if you have some guar gum, go ahead and throw about a 1/4 teaspoon in with this mixture. So I've kind of sifted that all together, got that mixture good to go. We're gonna be using 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. You can use just whipping cream, it just won't be as buttery as full ice cream as you would get if you used heavy whipping cream. And then we're gonna use 1 cup of whole milk, so for the liquids. We've got 2 large eggs. I've taken 12 Oreos, put them into a bag, smushed them up real good with a roller, and we're gonna put those in the last stage of the ice cream making. So there we go, those are the ingredients, and we're gonna hop to it in just a second. All right, so before you get started on the whole mixing process, you wanna take your Oreos, let them sit in the fridge for about an hour, let them sit in there and get chilled so that when you take them out, they're not going to be so absorbent in the ice cream mixture. You don't want to have a soft cookie in there, you want a good crunchy cookie. So we're gonna take these, go ahead and put them in the fridge for about an hour before we do all this. I've already had them sitting in there overnight, so they're already pretty crunchy. So we're gonna put them back in the fridge while we do the rest of this process. Great, so next we're gonna take our 2 eggs and we're gonna put them in this bowl. And we wanna whisk these. I like to use just a normal whisk. I don't like to put them in a KitchenAid or anything like that. It may put too much air in there, and we just want to whip these up until they're nice and have a good texture to them. So about a minute of whisking. Great, we've whisked them for about a minute now. You've got a good fluffy consistency to them. The egg yolks are now blended in the egg whites. Next, we're gonna take our sugar mixture here, and I like to just do a little bit at a time and get that until it's a good, thick consistency. You don't wanna do it all at once. You might start to get some clumping in there, so I'm just gonna mix it in a little bit at a time until it's all blended in there. Once you're done with that, it's gonna be a good thick mixture here. Next, I'm gonna take my teaspoon of mint extract, toss that in there. Look at that green flavor, or green color. Looks pretty good. Okay, and just kind of work that in there a little bit. Whew, it's gonna be really green. Get your mint really nice and mixed in there. You're gonna take your milk and cream mixture. Just go ahead and dump that whole deal in there. Once at that point, of course, mix that together too. Want to get the eggs off the bottom of that, scrape the sides, get it really mixed in there quite well. All right, so once we've got that all mixed up, we're gonna move this process over to the ice cream maker. All right, so this ice cream maker says that it's good for 2 quarts, but as it freezes, you're gonna you're gonna be losing some space in there, and so it's not gonna freeze properly. So because I made a little bit more than what the ice cream maker can take, I'm gonna pour this in there until it's about 2/3, 3/4 full. And then we can add the rest after that first batch is done. But I like to make a full batch here, just like I've done. It's just that with this bowl, it's not gonna take the full amount that I've got here. So this would be great if you're using the full ice cream maker that uses the ice and salt mixture. If you're doing that, this would be the perfect amount to do for that. But so let's go ahead, and what we're gonna do is pour, like I said, about 3/4, something like that. Okay. All right, so we've got our ice cream in here. We're gonna take the top of this and put it on. Clicks into place. You're gonna let this go for about 25 to 30 minutes, depending on how well your ice cream maker freezes the ice cream. But we're gonna go ahead and start her up, let her go for about 25, 30 minutes, come back, check on it, see when it's thickened up, and then we'll add our Oreos through the slot up here. Let's go. All right, so we're about 20 minutes into this now. I just turned it off so you can hear me. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add about half of our Oreos to this mixture, half of them because the other half of this is sitting in the fridge. I'm gonna make another batch after this one. So while this is going, we're gonna do about 6 Oreos or so and throw them right in the chute. All right, I'm gonna let this go for about 2 or 3 more minutes to get this really thick, and then finish it up. Then we'll scrape it out, put it in a container. All right, so now the ice cream maker has shut off because it got thick enough. So we're gonna go ahead and remove the top of this, put that aside. All right, cool. So if you wanna add a little more food color into this because it's not green enough, go ahead and do that while it's mixing. I feel like that's a good color though. So check it out. You've got your ice cream just like that. It's good thickness, good consistency, and you're just gonna scrape it out of the bowl and put it into a container. So like I said from the beginning, we had a little more mixture than we needed for this size of maker. So after I'm done with this, I'll throw that in here, go for the rest of it, and then put it on the top of this. So that is how you make ice cream. So if you guys want to know any other flavors, if you have one that you like, that you'd like to see how it's done, put it in the comments and I will try it out, let you know how it goes. If you do want to eat it like this, it's gonna be a little soft serve, depending on how full you had this or how long you let it freeze. But I recommend leaving it overnight and then letting it firm up a little bit. Just make sure you eat it within a couple weeks, otherwise, you know, the ice cream doesn't save as well as store-bought because there are no preservatives in it, anything like that. So it's as fresh as you can really get. That's good though. Until next time, see ya. And outro music. No, kidding, okay. Let's see here.